We're at the signpost forest this morning. We're putting up our sign so that we can leave our mark in the Yukon. And there's Papa doing that. And here is our sign.
Here's your sign.
Right under Michigan. Go Blue.
Is it on?
It's on.
Good afternoon from Whitehorse, Yukon territory. We're getting closer inch by inch, it seems like. Today was 260 miles or so. Tomorrow will be 180 or something like that, and then the next day we'll be in Tok, Alaska. We're starting to see mileage signs on the road that say Fairbanks or Skagway or Haines, which are all in Alaska. So that's a promising sign. The road today compared to the Cassiar is just night and day. It still ain't a 4-lane. It ain't the bypass going around Chattanooga or anything, but it was very nice. Very few frost heaves and bad spots and a couple of slowdowns, but compared to yesterday, I enjoyed today's drive. Still ain't seen not the first animal. I've seen plenty of signs for caribou and bear, and we even saw a sign that says no grizzly bear hunting. But anybody gonna be hunting here because there ain't no grizzly bears. What you got, Mama?
Yeah, it was a better drive day today, I think. The road was night and day, wasn't it? Except for some spots they had some construction a little bit, and they were working on a bridge or two. But other than that, it was good. And I will insert some pictures. I think I might have took a video or two of some bridges. This one particular bridge was very long, and it was just metal on the bottom and went across the bay. It said it was a bay. I don't know what they consider to be a bay, but anyway, the signs kept saying lake. This was such a Teslin lake. And then the bridge we went over said the bay. So, I don't know. They may have a different way to think about that.
It may have just been a bay on the lake.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah. That's true, too. Yeah. And I think we passed a dam. I forgot to get the name of that. But anyway, I took just a couple pictures of that from what we could see. But some pretty scenery today. Lots of mountain views, lots of streams and rivers. Things like that. So it was a pretty drive, and the roads were great. The campground we stayed in yesterday was okay. It was just essentially a gravel lot with some lights and water. But the bathrooms were super clean. The shower itself was kind of tiny, but that's okay because the place where you got ready and things like that was bigger than any one I think we've been in so far. And we didn't do laundry there. I said, no, let's run over to this laundromat that we saw on the way to get our pizza yesterday. Well, that was a no-no. All the washing machines were out except for 3, and they had 1 dryer. So I said, okay, well, we're gonna make this work. I should have just did it at the campground because I peeked in the window there at the laundry and it looked nice. So you live and you learn. What are you gonna do? But we got our clothes done, and we're about to go to the Walmart here in a little bit and get a little stock up on some things. And tomorrow we are dry camping, so no hookups tomorrow, but that's okay. We have plenty. We can make it work.
Yesterday it was a large gravel parking lot essentially, and today we're in a larger gravel parking lot. There was who knew, but they have RV tour groups. Yeah. And there was a big RV tour group came in, and they all camped in the same little section, and I don't know how many there were, 15 or 20 or so. Yeah. But they've got room for them and plenty more. There's 2 or 3 construction zones, and we were coming out of one of the construction zones, and something went bang, and I don't know what it was. It sounded to me like a spring releasing. So I thought it was the ratchet on the tow dolly had come loose, but that wasn't it. and it wasn't the hitch or anything, so I don't know what it was. It may have just been we kicked up a rock and it caught the underside of the tow dolly just right, and it made the noise. But everything is running all right. Knock on aluminum.
Yes.
And we drove Mama's car to get a late lunch, early dinner at the Mexican place here in Whitehorse, and it drove all right. So I reckon everything's okay. We'll find out as we go on. There was one more thing I was going to say. What was I going to say? Talk for a minute.
We did go to the signpost forest today. I will inject a video and some pictures of that. Met a nice couple from Kentucky, and I did talk with them just a few minutes, and they were kind of on the same path as we're on. They're going to be in Whitehorse today. I don't know what campground they're staying in or any of those things, but the guy, the gentleman, said that he asked where we lived, and I said, well, we live in Dayton, about an hour-ish from Knoxville. And he said he used to live in Oak Ridge and work in Farragut.
I think it's the other way around.
Yeah, the other way around. So, and now and they live in Kentucky. I don't know where. We didn't talk about that, but it was so good to talk to people that, that are kind of close to you. They probably live hundreds and hundreds of miles away from us, but still, kind of the South, I would say. So they were very pleasant, and they had hung up their sign, and so we hung up our sign. And like I said, I'll insert a video and some pictures of the signpost forest there.
We've tried. I hate to generalize, but the Class A RVs that we've run into, the big diesel pushers that look like tour buses. They, excuse me for bringing the Yiddish, but they're putzes. They just don't seem. They look like they look down on poor little Margie 2.0 here, and they're they just. I don't know. That's just the vibe I'm getting from them. They may not be, but also, I've made a point for the last 3 days. Every time a camper will come this way, I'll wave at them, and maybe 3 people have waved back. I don't know if they can't see us, in under the bunk over the cab, or maybe they just don't want to wave. I don't know, but anyway, the video, the YouTube channel today is going to be 3 of 7. It's the number 3, the word of OF, and the number 7. It's his name's Chad Wright, and he was a former Navy SEAL, but he also does a Bible study on the Patreon that I was part of for a long time till we, coming up here. Then I didn't want to pay for it and not be able to watch it. But 3 of 7, the 3 of 7 project. Look him up on YouTube. He and his brother and his whole company down there seem like they're good guys. What else has you got, Mama?
I think that's it for today.
All right, Mama said she's going to Walmart, but she ain't going till me and Henry take a nap.
There you go.
So
can't be running around the Yukon by myself now.
No, it's Burwash Landing tomorrow, which is the beginning of Destruction Bay, which is supposed to be the worst part of the Alcan. So we may not have service tomorrow, but we'll do a video, and then with the next one, hopefully, God willing, will be from Tok, Alaska, United Dadgum States of America. If there's nothing else, we'll see you down the road.